We're building a paver patio, and if you haven't already watched part 1, go do that because I show you how we did all of the prep work. But it's finally time to start laying the pavers we got from Outwoods. And we wanted gaps between them, so we had to cut little spacers. We did 4 inches around the sides and 1.25 inches between each of the pavers. And now it's finally time to start laying them. And if you see that little spot right there where the concrete driveway meets the concrete path that were already installed at the house, you would think it would be a 90-degree angle, but you would be wrong. There was not a single straight line or single 90-degree angle between any of the concrete that was originally at the house. So at the beginning of the project, we had to make the decision of which of the 4 sides we wanted the straight line to be, and we chose the one that borders the driveway because it was the longest straight line in the project. So we did a 4-inch gap through that whole thing and then basically just went from there. So the process was to tamp down each spot. Even though we had already leveled the whole thing, they got slightly messed up when you'd walk on them. So we tamped down the spot, throw in our 1.25-inch shims, and then walk over and grab the paver and set it and make sure it was level with the other pavers and then move on. Pause for my Simone Biles moment. But another really important aspect of this is that it needed to be angled downwards and a little bit to the right so that the water runoff would actually go away from the foundation of the house. So that made it a little bit difficult as well. And we had a couple obstacles like the AC unit and the landing outside of the door. I also wanted the patio to meet the grass in this corner where it goes into the yard. After what felt like a million years of laying down pavers, I was able to throw down some sand to push between the cracks. And here's where we were at. You can see in this video a little bit better how it is angled away from the house. But after all that work, it was finally time to start adding in the pea gravel. And for that, I chose a really small white rock. I wanted it to be like light gray and white out here so it would be nice and light and airy to match the exterior of my house. And I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I just dumped it over the top and then used this broom to kind of push them into the crevices. And I could finally start to see the vision come to life. All the hard work was starting to pay off. And I couldn't believe how perfect these 16 by 16 concrete pavers from Outwoods turned out to be. At this point, I still had to add more gravel, clean up the lines, and glue the gravel down, but I was so excited with the way it was looking. So the next day I went in, I cleaned it up more, and I went in with a smaller broom just to make the lines really crisp and clean. And I also added the same gravel to the other side of the walkway just to make it match. And then I went in and added gravel glue to all of the gravel so that it wouldn't move around when I walked. And it's about time for the final reveal, but you guys have to know it's gonna take several more coats of the glue and I can't wash it in between. But with all that in mind, I need you guys to remember where we started just a month ago and where we finished. This was without a doubt the hardest project that I've ever done, but this 20-foot by 16-foot paver patio completely changes my backyard and my entire house. I love it so much and I can't wait to decorate, so stay tuned for that, but I have to know, what do y'all think?